Hi there, my name is Raphael and I'm from Growth Designs. I'd like to talk to you today about making money online. I'd like to share with you the different possibilities that I see that you might have, and I'd like to share my personal favorite. So let's get started designing your life. Before we get into exactly what you're going to do online, we're going to start with the why you want to do what you're doing. And the reason for that is you could find yourself 5 years from now doing exactly the wrong thing. It's a bit like putting your ladder on the wrong wall and realizing it first when you get to the top. So, let's decide why it is you want to work at home online, or work anywhere in the world for that matter, which brings me to the first point, lifestyle. Are you doing this because you want to work at home and be with your child or with your family? Are you doing this because you want to be able to live anywhere in the world? Are you doing this because you want to travel to new and unique places? Are you doing this because you no longer want to spend 2 hours a day sitting in traffic? All of those aspects have to do with lifestyle. So it would be really important for you to spend some time writing right now what it is that you would like to be doing 5 years from now. I'd like to know, do you want to commute to work? Probably not. That's why you're looking into working online. Do you want to live somewhere different? Do you want to travel while you're doing this work? And the important reason for that is that will help you to determine what factors are important in the business you're about to build. Now, another reason why you might be looking into working at home online is your sense of fulfillment. Maybe the work you're doing isn't in line with your values. Maybe the work you're doing just doesn't quite move you in the way you would like to. Does it make you spring out of bed in the morning, ready to be charged for the day? Do you look forward the night before to all the great things you have to do the next day? If not, then you're in the right place to change that. So let me share with you a little piece of my story. I ended up working online because I was in a country that would not accept any of my credentials. I was a trained teacher, and here I couldn't even get the job that I started with 15 years before. I couldn't do therapy. I couldn't do anything that I had learned to do in my vocation and what I had received all that education for. So it was just that alone that pushed me over the edge to do exactly what it is I should be doing with my life. So is what you're doing now fulfilling you? Are you jumping out of bed? Are you springing out of bed in the morning full of vigor for the day? And if you're not, then, and you want that, if that's what you're looking for, if that's your why, then you should choose wisely in what it is you're going to do online. Otherwise, in a few years, you'll find yourself in the same place once all of the action dies down for building your business. Another aspect I'd like to review is the contribution. Maybe what you're doing, maybe you're working with papers and it just doesn't feel like enough contribution into the world. If you have a very strong feeling of wanting to give something to the world, make sure what it is that you choose right now to do will give you that sense of contribution. I know I felt that sense of contribution when I had become a teacher, but at some point, helping 30 children didn't seem to be enough. And now I had moved from being a coach, working with people one-on-one who did have influence over other people, to creating workshops and group coaching so I could reach a wider array. And soon you'll be reading my book. So we talked about your lifestyle, your sense of fulfillment, and contribution. And these are probably the biggest reasons you would like to work at home online. Now, maybe you thought it was because you were tired of traffic or you can't stand that boss anymore. And those things lead you on a search for freedom. But I assure you, just because it's the boss isn't the reason. Just because you have colleagues you don't like is not the reason. If you felt so full of fulfillment and contribution, you wouldn't care so much about the lifestyle, going into an office, probably. But maybe lifestyle is most important. So ask yourself, what is most important to you in these three things? What is the second most important and the last most important? Knowing this order will also help you decide. So let's just go over a broad overview of the different things you could be doing to make money online. The scope of this video will not cover these in depth, but you can subscribe to my channel to find out more about one of them. And there are plenty of other channels and places that you can Google that will teach you exactly how to do any of these things. Number one, the one that seems to be the most obvious to me, is working hourly. Maybe you work hourly now. It's trading whatever your skill is per hour of work. Now maybe you'll find somebody who will hire you for a whole month, but and you could get a job online. There are plenty of places that you could be hired. Maybe you do video editing, maybe database is your thing, maybe you're very good with QuickBooks. You can actually sell many of those different things online per hour. You can become a virtual assistant. And you could actually learn any of those skills right now. If you're good with technology, if you're good with computers, you could decide to learn about one of those skills that you'd like to be doing, and you can go onto one of the many places online where there are courses to teach you step by step how to do it. Today, information on how to do anything is readily accessible for a low price, if not free. Now, the next way that people make money online is affiliation. This is pretty easy because you don't need to come up with a product or even a skill. You just need a way to take a customer or potential customer and move them in direction of a seller. You don't have to do very much of the selling. Some people use their talent with photography or writing particularly in order to lead clients or prospective clients to the business, to the product. But others just put up advertising. Affiliate marketing is good because you don't need any money for buying a product. You don't need to build up a skill of any sort other than marketing. And frankly, the product is already there. So you're just leading traffic, you're leading people to the item. And hopefully that company will do well enough to sell it. And if they don't, you have plenty of other companies that you can do affiliation with. There's another type of affiliation you should know about. It's often called joint venture. You see, there are influencers. If you want to be an influencer and a thought leader or somebody who people just like to watch online, then you could sell other people's products that way. Or you have a product that you want to lead people through an influencer. So it could even be cake pans. If you set up some kind of way that people can buy cake pans and you find an influencer who will promote, hey, with this recipe that we did today, you can get these cake pans through this other person. Influencers like to make their money through promoting other people's products. It's another form of affiliation. So whether you want to be an influencer or somebody who brings them products to sell, these are also ways of working. So let me get into my favorite way of working online, and that is selling information. If you have something to teach, if you don't have something to teach, you have a passion that you like to talk about. If there is something in your life you'd like to learn about even and don't yet know about, you only need to be one chapter ahead of the others. This is a $355 million business per day, and it doesn't require any money for you to start with. It doesn't require you to raise any money. It just requires you and a way to get your message out there. I'm going to create options with workshops and programs where everything I've learned about personal growth and self-development can be brought to more people at a more affordable price. I'm going to create options that I don't need to be there for. So when I go next time to the Philippines or to Thailand or to the Canary Islands, I will still be contributing to the world. I'll still be creating value, and that means I'll still be making money. So if you would like to start without any money, if you would like to contribute to the growth of some kind of knowledge on this planet, if you would like to create a semi-passive income that will continue to make money when you're not there, I recommend you sell knowledge. So if this is interested to you and if you've made it to this point in the video, I'd like you to consider a few things and then subscribe for my mini course, my absolutely free course on how to start that business. I will show you that you don't need any money to start. I will show you that you don't need a skill to start. I can show you that you don't need to know people to sell it to start. And I will show you how to make it semi-passive. So, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you liked this video, brought you value, give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you on the other side so we can design your life.